Fair use, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976.
See something that said, take a look at what happened.
Shalom, shalom. First off, I give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Yahweh being the true name for the Heavenly Father, Yahushai being named for his only begotten Son, who the Lord ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, taught us truth and will well, and citations to you, hopefully, like pushing this truth and honesty and sincerity. Spell Yahweh Sop, know the spirit power, Yahweh Yahushai. Another update, end times, and events. As everybody heard, apparently there was a quote-unquote assassination attempt on Donald Trump, and a lot of people can see that this event probably was staged. In my personal opinion, it looked like it might be staged or set up. And all this is going to do is help usher in martial law, because we're getting closer to Jacob's trouble really hitting, and that's basically what martial law is going to be when all hell breaks loose. And it's no coincidence, because they just had that movie came out just a couple months ago. We went to go watch it, Civil War. Okay, and the scriptures literally state that there's going to be a civil war in Babylon the Great, which Babylon the Great is America. So at the end times, towards the end, you got these riot uproars of the people. You're going to have, the government collapse, and total utter chaos is going to follow. Because the last time this guy got in office is when the Edomites really got gung-ho for him, and they really turned up, had their horns out, and they were getting pretty physically and violent and doing shit. So, and it looks like, he probably would end up winning the election, because Biden is just, everybody knows the dude's just out of it. And right now, social media and, celebrities are being used to promote this dude. So he's probably going to get in the office, man. But this guy, spiritually, we believe is probably Nero reincarnated, And Nero was a very harsh ruler that caused a lot of controversy, and he's following right in the same footsteps, man. But once this guy gets right back in power towards the end of this time, he's gonna be bringing in the draconian laws, man. He's the guy that I can see doing it. That Esau, Edom, Amalek is put in the face of control to bring in all those things. because he's not afraid to, go to war and do things like that. Biden is, he just basically, this dude pretty much look like he's going into Alzheimer's, man. He's not there at all. He needs to be in a nursing home somewhere. It's comical seeing the debates and stuff that's coming out, but you see how they playing on the minds of the people. Now they trying to promote this dude and the quote unquote black community to support him and shit like that. Like he's a real one, oh blah blah blah. All these memes and posts being posted up about this guy. But they don't know. Jake don't know when he get in there, he's coming for Jake, man. So this is really gonna stir up the minds of Esau, Edom to go to war. They're gonna really turn up behind this. If he somehow don't get into office, there's gonna be a big fight, man. And they showed you that, subliminally in that movie Civil War that came out. So things about to really turn up, man. Shit is about to hit the fan real soon. Lord's will. It looks like they're setting the stage for it. This election, like we were saying, is about to be real violent. Something big gonna happen. Because we haven't seen, an assassination attempt happen since the time of Kennedy in office. So it's been a long time. So this shit is real. That we see that the times are real that we're living in. That we see that, hey, shit is about to hit the fan, man. If you're not right within the spirit, and you're not repenting, in this truth, and you're not following the correct doctrine and the correct brothers that are teaching, you're out of there. Because you got a lot of these false camps out here. They're being dismantled. SCAR is being dismantled. IUIC is being dismantled. All those other camps about to be breaking apart, man. The Lord is putting that spirit, and he done sifted. And he's about to shut all this shit down, man. So I got some few scriptures that go into it. This is from the Good News Translation. Isaiah 19, verse 1. This is a message about Egypt. Yahweh is coming to Egypt, riding swiftly on a cloud. The Egyptian idols tremble before him, and the people of Egypt lose their courage. Yahweh says, I will stir up civil war in Egypt, and turn brother against brother and neighbor against neighbor. Rival cities will fight each other, and rival kings will struggle for power. I am going to frustrate the plans of the Egyptians and destroy their morale. You see? So he's going to stir up a civil war in Egypt, man. Egyptians against Egyptians. And this place is spiritually called what? Sodom and Egypt. So this is exactly what's going on, man. He's stirring up the civil war. You're going to have different red states against blue states. Texas, separate themselves. It's going to be a bloodbath out here, man. It says, I'm going to frustrate the plans of the Egyptians and destroy their morale. Right, when they see this place crumbling and they see the economy crashing and they see martial law and people rounded up in FEMA camps and these military troops in the streets, their morale is going to be destroyed. They're going to be thinking about no firework popping in that day. And all these proud, wicked, adulterous, rebellious women, they're going to be humbled and they're going to be terrified. Because guess what? That draft is coming, man. And they also included women on that draft. So a lot of women about they lose their husbands that was wicked, they're going to get drafted, deployed, blown away. All their income about to be stripped away. So if you came against the men of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man, you women, you got it coming. It's not looking good. It says they will ask for their idols to help them, and they will go and consult mediums and ask the spirits of the dead for advice. Right, man. People are gonna be starting going to witchcraft, trying to go to these tarot card readers and these palm readers, try to see what's going on with the future. Trying to figure out what to do, and there's not gonna be no answer. It says, I will hand the Egyptians over to a tyrant, a cruel king who will rule them I Yahweh have spoken. So a tyrant, and hey, that's the guy to do it, man. You know, the elders and apostles been saying that guy is probably more than likely Nero coming back, and Nero was a tyrant, a cruel king. So he gonna set them laws in place, man, and round y'all people up. It's gonna get real ugly, man. Here's some information about Nero. Okay, it says it's for good reason that Nero is the most infamous of all Roman emperors, ascending to the throne in 54 CE at just the age of 16. His 14-year reign was marked by a string of scandals, excesses, and atrocities. Hey, didn't Donald Trump just catch a case? Scandals, excesses, atrocities. So not to mention the murder of his mother and sister, Agrippina the Younger. Nero's most notorious act was the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD, which he is rumored to have started himself in order to clear space for his grandiose building project. So this guy, if he gets in office, what these elites are going to set him up to do is another insider, threat attack like they did the Twin Towers. So something big gonna happen, man. And what they did is they blamed the Christians at that time, which those were the Israelites. So that means this guy, is going to be bringing in that persecution. It says his grandiose building projects, which Donald Trump is, he's a multi-million billionaire. He's about doing shit like that. Trump Tower and shit like that. Hey, this guy might be Nero back in this time. It says in the aftermath of the fire, Nero did in fact set about constructing a grand luxurious palace for himself known as Damasaria Golden Palace, parts of which you can visit today. And stretching out in front of the palace was a large artificial lake which was drained after Nero's death to serve as the foundations for the Colosseum. And this guy was already about building, big projects. He's the one that basically started building the wall. Remember that? And he also was spearheading that new oil pipeline. He's pushing that too. So hey, he might be the dude, man. He might be the dude. It says, in stretching out in front of the palace was a large artificial lake, which was drained after Nero's death to serve as the foundations for the Colosseum. Wow. Okay. So they drained that lake and then they built the Colosseum there, man. And you have a lot of Colosseums built all over America. It says, however, there is compelling evidence that Nero was not involved in the fire. Not only was he at Enzino when the fire broke out, but he rushed back to Rome as soon as possible to help extinguish the blaze and open up his gardens to those that made destitute. One thing that is beyond doubt about Nero is that he was notorious for his persecutions of the Christians, whom he blamed for starting the fire. Okay, so one of these rulers, these harsh rulers, that whoever gets put in office in this time period, that's when they about to come after all people that are identifying themselves as Israelites. They're gonna set up a false flag, do something big as shit, and blow something up, and then say it's us and point. And anybody that's an Israelite, they're coming after you too. So you can follow all these other camps you want to think you're gonna avoid being associated with Great Millstone, because we got the truth. We're the sincere, honest brothers that's teaching the word, and we're expecting them to persecute us. But a lot of you people are scared of that persecution, so you fall into these other camps, or you just want to chase women and all this other bullshit. It's Christianity version groups of Israelites, doing that Christian nonsense, focusing on being married and all this bullshit. Hey, man, y'all not about to escape the persecution either. They're coming for everybody. Everybody. And even those that are not identified as following the Israelite faith, they're coming after you niggas too. All so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, they're coming, man. You know, you got Project Megiddo and other different projects that was set out and made like in the 70s and 80s to justify rolling on our people. Okay. It says St. Peter was executed under Nero's reign, crucified upside down in Nero's circus, which is now beneath the Vatican. Wow, see? It says, and St. Paul was beheaded in 64 CE and later entered beneath the present site of Basilica of St. Paul outside the walls. So it would make sense that you have the ruler Nero be reincarnated and be alive during the time of America's destruction and downfall. You know, it says ultimately Nero's reign ended in his suicide in 68 AD. It was to mark the beginning of a period of intense civil war known as the Year of Four Emperors. So we read that in the scriptures, how civil war is going to break. And you see the controversy that this guy comes and he brings. And America is Rome reborn. It has the exact same Roman architecture. I mean, look at this, man. See those pillars? This architecture is found in every capital in the United States, in every state. All those court buildings and state buildings and federal buildings, they all are based off that Roman architecture. The voting system, you know, that all was created basically in Rome. Having a Senate and all that shit, they had all that. So we in a time, man. Hey, it's time to buckle down because if you know this could be the last dude that's in there. Very well could be, and he could definitely bring in Jacob's trouble or martial law. Okay. This is 2nd Esdras 9 and 3. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before the beginning, before thee, even from the beginning. Okay? It says, for like all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So, we're seeing the uproars of the people. We're about to see a lot of riots behind this, these debates and these elections. Shit really about to turn up now, man, because you got these gung-ho Edomites that really, really believe in these politics, and they think it's real. They don't know this shit is set up. So they're very passionate about this nation and this place, and they want, you know, the time of where you had the segregation and so-called white people on top, and them being the most wealthy ones and ruling everything and having our people oppressed. They missed those days. They want it back. That was a time where they deemed America was great. Just had victory over World War II, you know. So they want that great feeling again. So you got people that really believe in this shit, and they will be actually trying to assassinate motherfuckers and stuff, man. There's already different militias being created under, you know, behind the scenes. They got different groups out there. You got these Edomites that have been stocking up on ammo and weapons. They got machine guns and automatic rifles, full auto. They ready to go, man. They ready to fight back. Go watch that movie Civil War, man. You see the destruction. It shows you, immerses you in the state of the destruction, what it's going to be. It's going to be even worse because you're going to have, you know, the reality is the death. You're going to have women and children being put to death. They didn't show you that in that movie, but that's real, man. It's coming. This is 2nd Esdras 15 and 15. It says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right, man. So, hey, man. Swords in their hands. People are going to have guns in their hands and fighting. Fighting against another. Fighting against the police, the military, the FBI, Secret Service, you know, all these different all these different government entities are going to be fighting against the people. People are going to be fighting, invading one another, kicking in the doors for supplies and food. It says the course of their actions stand in their power. It says a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right, everything's going to be shut down, blockaded off. You're not going to be able to just drive on the highway and go to one city to the next city no more. They're going to have barbed wire, concrete barriers up on these highways with road checkpoints. And in order to maintain control and see, where all the people are, to identify them, keep track of them, they're going to implement that RFID microchip, man, the mark of the beast. So that shit getting ready to be rolled out, man, and that's going to be mandatory. They want to know where everybody's at all times. They want to be able to quickly identify you, get all your information with the scan of your hand. And they want to be able to have that control of your brain with the one that goes in your head. So we're about to see the prophecy of Jacob's trouble. We're about to see that in this lifetime, man. It's coming. Now we don't know how they're gonna roll out this event, how they're gonna spiral it out. It could fizzle out, or what I'm expecting it could happen is get real out of control and get real crazy when this election is going. And if that guy gets up in there, that might be the guy the dude they want to use as the face of power, the puppet they're choosing to pick to bring in martial law and shut this place down and chip everybody up. So keep watch, man. Keep watch. Repent. Stay in the truth, man. Stay in these scriptures. Focus on the right thing and these prophecies, man. Buckle down, and be ready. Be ready for whatever happens. So with that, Lord's will is lessons edifying. I'm going to close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, taught us truth and will well. And salutations to you, hopefully, that person is truth and honesty, sincerity. Shalom.